The State Refugee Services Office just met with the federal government asking if Utah needs to prepare for incoming Ukrainian refugees. News Specialist Lauren Steinbrecher is live outside the Capitol to explain. Lauren?
Yeah, good evening. So not just Utah, but pretty much every state is wondering, after just welcoming in hundreds of refugees from Afghanistan, will it be the same situation for Ukraine? But the answer is that it's going to be business as usual in the U.S. After what we just witnessed with Afghanistan, welcoming in nearly 900 humanitarian parolees, comes wondering,
what's going on? How is this going to work? Should we be amping up?
Should Utah prepare for an influx of refugees from Ukraine? State Refugee Services Office Director Asha Parekh says in a meeting this afternoon between all state refugee services offices and the federal government, they received this answer.
The U.S. just doesn't have any immediate plans to resettle Ukrainians at this time.
Last fall, Parekh helped a state task force work with several community organizations to coordinate resources from employment to financial aid to health care access, goods, and housing for families fleeing Afghanistan. But that situation was different, Parekh explains.
The U.S. was part of that occupation and in Afghanistan, and those folks that had been working closely with the U.S. Army were in danger. And so they took things into their own hands.
With no boots on the ground in Ukraine, that means no evacuation to the U.S. She points out that neighboring countries are currently taking in Ukrainian refugees, and they can resettle there. If anyone does ultimately hope to make it to the United States, they'll follow the same process as everyone else does.
And it is a lengthy 2-year vetting process.
And the Ukrainian flag, is flying over the state capitol tonight. Parekh points out that for anyone who's going into the neighboring countries from Ukraine, if they are able to return home at some point, it would make it much easier for them to do so than if they came here to the U.S.